Barron Trump has always been in the background, overshadowed by his famous family, but his recent revelations are nothing short of astonishing. He revealed details about his close bond with his mother, Melania, who meticulously managed his early years away from the public eye. What no one saw coming, however, was Barron's candid thoughts on his father's presidency and the intense family dynamics behind closed doors. Early life and upbringing. Barron Trump, the youngest child of former President Donald Trump and Melania Trump, was born on March 20, 2006. His early years were spent away from the constant media attention that his family attracted, allowing him a somewhat normal childhood. He grew up in the luxurious Trump Tower in New York City, where his mother Melania prioritized his privacy and ensured a sheltered upbringing. Following Donald Trump's inauguration as president in 2017, Barron relocated with his family to Washington, D.C. Throughout this transition, Melania continued to shield him from the intense public scrutiny that often accompanies life in the White House. She strived to create a sense of normalcy for her son, allowing him to grow up as a typical child despite their extraordinary circumstances. Barron's age also played a role in his unique family dynamics. Being significantly younger than his siblings, he formed a close bond with his nieces and nephews instead. The eldest of these grandchildren is only 2 years younger than Barron, creating a closer age gap that fosters a special connection between them. This allows Barron to share interests and activities with his nieces and nephews, bridging the generational gap and creating a more relatable and enjoyable family dynamic. Education journey. Barron's educational journey reflects his privileged upbringing. He began his schooling at the prestigious Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in Manhattan, a private institution known for its rigorous academic standards and diverse student body. During his father's presidency, Barron initially stayed in Manhattan to finish the school year at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School. However, once the school year concluded, he and his mother Melania relocated to Washington, D.C., where he enrolled at St. Andrew's Episcopal School. This institution's commitment to exceptional teaching, learning, and service, along with its inclusive community, aligned with the Trump's values. Following President Trump's term in office, the family moved to Florida, and Barron continued his education at Oxbridge Academy, a highly esteemed college preparatory high school. His enrollment was publicly welcomed by the school's Director of Advancement, Scott Siegfried. Barron recently graduated from Oxbridge Academy, and his towering height made him stand out among his classmates during the ceremony. Throughout these educational transitions, Barron demonstrated adaptability and resilience, navigating the changes in schools and locations with grace. The miracle baby. Interestingly, Barron's birth just a year after his parents' wedding was unexpected. Melania has lovingly referred to him as their miracle baby, emphasizing the unplanned nature of the pregnancy. Donald Trump also admitted to being surprised by Barron's arrival, but expressed immense joy at becoming a father once again. He spoke highly of his son, describing him as very special and a great young boy. Despite the initial surprise, the Trump family cherishes the memory of Barron's unexpected pregnancy and birth, viewing it as a special moment. Barron is trilingual. He speaks 3 languages fluently. While all of Donald Trump's children know some French, Barron's language skills go further. He started by learning his mother Melania's native language, Slovenian. By age 5, he was fluent in Slovenian and could easily talk with his mother and grandparents. In a 2009 interview, Melania proudly shared Barron's language abilities. By the age of 3, Barron was fluent in both Slovenian and English, showing rare bilingual skills at such a young age. He was also learning French. His early ability in multiple languages marks him as a talented young man. The story behind his name. The name Barron has always intrigued people. Why did the Trumps choose it? Donald liked the name Barron but hadn't used it for his other sons. When he had his last son, he named him Donald Trump Jr. Melania also liked the name Barron. However, at the last minute, Donald reconsidered using it. The name Barron, given to Donald and Melania Trump's son, carries a unique history. Donald Trump had always admired the name but never dared to use it for himself. Even when choosing his son's name, he had second thoughts, considering retracting his choice during an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show. However, Melania had already grown attached to the name during her pregnancy and insisted on keeping it. This reveals a tender moment in their relationship, highlighting Melania's influence and Donald's willingness to compromise for his wife's wishes. The name Barron also holds a connection to Donald Trump's past. In the 1980s, during his real estate career, he frequently used the alias John Barron, a name that resonated with him and eventually inspired his son's name. This connection adds another layer of intrigue to the name's origin, revealing a personal and meaningful significance for the Trump family. Relationship with Donald Trump. Contrary to rumors of a strained relationship, the bond between Donald Trump and his son Barron seems to be quite strong. Despite his unique parenting style, Donald actively participated in Barron's upbringing. He openly admitted to enjoying feeding his son, not out of duty, but out of genuine pleasure. Furthermore, he took on early morning caregiving responsibilities when he couldn't sleep, demonstrating his involvement in Barron's daily life. While the demands of the presidency inevitably led to absences and missed milestones, Donald consistently expressed pride in Barron's achievements. The mutual respect between them is evident, although Barron's aspirations seem to differ from his father's. With a keen interest in soccer and a strong sense of independence, he is carving his own path. Despite their differing career paths, Barron shares several interests with his father. This shared passion has fueled speculation that he may eventually enter the political arena, following in his father's footsteps. Only time will tell if Barron will choose to pursue a political career, but his upbringing and close relationship with his father suggest that he has the potential to make a significant impact in whichever field he chooses. Reviving the tradition of having a presidential son in the White House, Barron Trump was the first son of a U.S. president to live there in several decades. The last son to do so was John F. Kennedy Jr. in the early 1960s. Since then, there have been a series of presidencies where the leaders only had daughters. Barron's move into the White House not only marked a change, but also brought back a historical norm in presidential families. Barron's status as the first son to live in the White House in many years was a significant departure from recent trends, reintroducing a dynamic that had been missing for a long time. Life in the White House. Moving into the White House was a pivotal moment in Barron's life. The Trump family transitioned from the busy streets of New York City to the historic halls of the White House. Before Donald Trump won the presidential election, the family lived in Trump Tower in New York to allow Barron to finish his school year. Even after Donald was elected, Melania and Barron stayed behind until the school year ended. After that, Melania and Barron moved into the White House. Melania became more visible at the White House, participating in official events and international trips. This marked a temporary end to her initially low-profile approach. As she settled into her role as First Lady full-time, expectations grew for her to engage in initiatives addressing cyberbullying, supporting military veterans, and empowering women and girls. This move opened a whole new chapter in Barron's life, exposing him to the pressures of politics like never before. Fortunately, this experience helped shape him for the better, building his resilience and adaptability. Barron and his father share a love for golf, a shared passion that has strengthened their bond. They often enjoy rounds of golf together, creating opportunities for quality time and bonding away from the public eye. Barron's early interest in the sport even led him to express aspirations of pursuing it professionally at the young age of 5. Melania Trump has also spoken about Barron's admiration for his father's business acumen. She has shared anecdotes about his intricate drawings and his ability to deconstruct and reconstruct objects, demonstrating a natural curiosity and an aptitude for problem-solving. These skills and interests suggest that Barron may inherit some of his father's entrepreneurial spirit, combining them with his own unique talents to carve his own path in the world. Memorable field trip. Barron's journey has been marked by unique experiences and opportunities. In 2017, while still in 5th grade, he organized an unforgettable field trip for his classmates, a visit to the White House. This extraordinary experience, made possible by his father's position as president, left a lasting impression on his peers and showcased his ability to create memorable moments for those around him. In 2017, Barron Trump leveraged his unique position as the president's son to create an unforgettable experience for his 5th grade classmates. He meticulously orchestrated a field trip to the White House, granting 80 of his peers an exclusive glimpse into the heart of American power. The students were treated to a lavish buffet lunch and a private tour of the iconic residence, where they had the rare opportunity to meet President Trump himself. The president delivered an inspiring speech, emphasizing patriotism and encouraging the students to strive for their full potential. Dressed impeccably for the occasion, the students soaked in the grandeur of their surroundings and the significance of the moment. They explored the various facets of Washington, D.C., gaining a deeper appreciation for the nation's capital and its historical landmarks. The day culminated in an overnight stay at a hotel, solidifying the trip as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Even at a young age, Barron demonstrated a remarkable ability to balance the privileges of his position with a desire for normalcy. By sharing his extraordinary access with his classmates, he created a lasting memory that would surely be cherished by all who participated. This act of generosity showcased his thoughtful nature and his willingness to extend his unique experiences to those around him. Athleticism and passion for sports. Barron's athleticism and passion for sports aren't limited to golf. He's also an avid soccer player. He has actively participated in competitive soccer, playing for both the DC United Under-12 team and the Development Academy. His dedication to the sport was further highlighted in 2017 when he joined the Arlington Soccer Association's Under-14 team. Barron's love for soccer was recognized by DC United, a Major League Soccer team, during their visit to the White House. They presented him with a personalized signed soccer ball, a gesture that undoubtedly thrilled the young athlete and further fueled his passion for the game. This gesture symbolized the merging of Barron's personal passion with the broader world of professional soccer. Both Melania and Donald Trump often speak of Barron as a remarkable athlete. His athletic pursuits are complemented by his striking height, as he stands several inches taller than his already towering father. This height advantage has led to speculation about his potential in other sports, such as basketball. However, for now, Barron remains focused on soccer and golf. Despite being affluent, Barron's parents chose not to hire any nannies. Melania decided on an actively involved approach to parenting, turning down the help of a nanny to shape her son's formative years firsthand. She personally prepared Barron's school lunches, reflecting her unwavering dedication to being a hands-on mother. In a revealing 2015 interview with People magazine, Melania disclosed her intentional decision to forego hiring a nanny for Barron. She emphasized the pivotal role a parent plays in providing guidance and support during a child's crucial formative years. Melania's parenting philosophy is also evident in her active participation in every facet of Barron's growth. She remains a consistent and hands-on presence in Barron's life, from personally picking him up from school to being involved in various aspects of his routine. Melania demonstrates that her reputation as a devoted and engaged mother is well-deserved. Fashion and skincare interests. Barron's interests also extend into the realms of fashion and skincare. Influenced by his mother, Barron's fashion flair goes beyond mere clothing choices to encompass a genuine interest in dressing up, including a fondness for ties. Melania, renowned for her impeccable fashion sense, highlighted Barron's refined taste in attire during a 2013 interview. Barron also made an unexpected fashion statement upon his arrival at the White House in June 2017, which instantly catapulted him into the spotlight as a fashion icon. In addition to his love for fashion, Barron has developed a keen interest in skincare. Under Melania's guidance, he has adopted his own skincare regimen, exploring luxurious products and understanding the importance of self-care. This interest in fashion and skincare reflects his sophisticated taste and attention to personal grooming, areas in which Melania has clearly played a significant role in nurturing. When Barron Trump was just 11 years old, he made a notable fashion statement that captivated the public. He wore a simple yet stylish J. Crew gray ringer t-shirt with blue trim, emblazoned with the words, "The Expert." This modest choice of attire caused quite a stir, leading to the shirt selling out within hours. Social media buzzed with reactions, and Twitter users quickly dubbed him the Expert, even creating a satirical account in his name. Much like Harper Beckham and Prince George, Barron's fashion choice became an instant must-have item. As Barron has grown older, his enthusiasm for fashion has only intensified. Melania Trump has played a pivotal role in nurturing Barron's evolving taste. Beyond clothing, she has introduced him to high-end skincare and cosmetics, emphasizing the importance of a well-rounded grooming routine. Under Melania's guidance, Barron has adopted his own skincare regimen, exploring luxurious products like the Caviar Complex C6 Moisturizer, a limited edition item and a personal favorite of his mother. Melania has admitted to lavishly applying this premium skincare cream on Barron, appreciating its invigorating scent. Life of luxury. Barron's life has always been intertwined with luxury and opulence. When his family moved to the White House, it wasn't a step up in terms of extravagance for young Barron. In a revealing interview with Redbook, Melania detailed the lavishness of Barron's lifestyle at Trump Tower, where he enjoyed an entire floor to himself within their 3-floor penthouse. This extravagant space allowed him to express his creativity freely, even drawing on the walls of his rooms. The decor of his living quarters was a child's dream, featuring themes like planes and helicopters. Despite the luxury of their Trump Tower residence, Barron and Melania were accustomed to a life of multiple opulent residences. Their annual journeys included visits to a sprawling 60-room estate in upstate New York, a palatial 15,000-square-foot residence in Beverly Hills, and the famed Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. Given this lavish lifestyle, it was no surprise that Barron and Melania didn't rush to join Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. However, Barron's life as a presidential son remained luxurious, with the White House impeccably prepared to cater to the family's preferences. A dedicated personal staff ensured that they had instant access to their favorite foods, snacks, and personal items. Future possibilities. As Barron Trump embarks on his journey through adolescence, the path ahead holds numerous opportunities and potential directions. The foundations for a successful future have been carefully laid, offering him a range of possibilities to explore and develop. While his childhood dreams and aspirations may have evolved, the influence of his family's prominent business background cannot be ignored. With a father like Donald Trump, who has carved a distinct path in the business world, it's conceivable that Barron might choose to follow a similar trajectory. Furthermore, Barron's interests in sports, particularly his enthusiasm for golf, might open doors in that domain. Whether he pursues a professional career in sports or explores opportunities in playing, promoting, or managing sports-related ventures remains to be seen. Additionally, Barron has shown an inclination towards fashion and grooming, which could shape his future pursuits. With his strong interest in these areas, in the fashion industry, design, or even launch his own fashion-related endeavors, Melania's primary focus is on ensuring the future success and well-being of Barron. She is deeply involved in guiding Barron through his college search process. Her attention to Barron's educational journey reflects her dedication as a mother and her desire to provide him with the best opportunities for success. As Barron prepares for the next chapter of his life, Melania's role as a supportive and devoted mother continues to be paramount. One thing is for sure, though, the future for Barron Trump is undoubtedly promising, and as he matures and gains more insight into his passions and interests, the path he ultimately chooses will become clearer. Adapting to public life. Like his older siblings, Barron has had to adapt to life in the public eye from a very early age, especially with the heightened public interest surrounding his father's candidacy for the presidency. Given his family's prominent status, it comes as no surprise that Barron has learned the importance of being camera-ready and handling media attention with poise. Even before his father's presidential campaign, Barron had already experienced his media debut at the tender age of 8, when he made an appearance on his father's television show, The Apprentice. While Donald Trump is comfortable with Barron garnering public interest, Melania has expressed a desire for him to have as normal a childhood as possible. When they settled into their new life in the White House, Melania acknowledged that Barron's life had changed, and it was no longer the typical childhood he might have experienced. The family's move to Washington, D.C. meant that Barron was exposed to a level of attention and scrutiny that set him apart from his peers. Despite this, Melania remained dedicated to protecting her son from the pressures and expectations of public life. She has made considerable efforts to ensure that Barron receives the kind of childhood he truly deserves, striving to balance the unique circumstances that come with being a part of the first family while safeguarding his privacy and well-being. Melania's commitment to preserving Barron's childhood amidst the public spotlight reflects her unwavering dedication to her role as a mother and her desire to shield him from unnecessary intrusion and scrutiny. Graduation and family support. Following the end of his presidential term, Donald Trump has been embroiled in numerous legal battles. One of the most prominent trials is the hush money case, where he faced allegations of paying off an adult film actress to silence claims of an affair during his 2016 presidential campaign. This case, prosecuted by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, is just one among several legal challenges. Trump is also contending with indictments related to his business practices, accusations of tax fraud, and obstruction of justice charges stemming from his attempts to influence the 2020 election results. As for the hush money trial, on the 30th of May 2024, Trump was convicted on all 34 charges. While this continues to be a challenging time for the family, Donald never let the case get in the way of the family. He took a break to attend Barron's high school graduation ceremony in West Palm Beach, Florida. The event, held on a Friday, served as a pivotal occasion for the Trump family, symbolizing the culmination of Barron's journey at Oxbridge Academy. The couple's presence was met with a flurry of attention from onlookers and the media. Captured in photos and videos, the proud parents could be seen applauding enthusiastically alongside other attendees, celebrating the achievements of Oxbridge Academy's class of 2024. Barron's appearance at his graduation marked a rare public outing for the young man, who had been shielded from the spotlight throughout much of his father's presidency. In an interview following the graduation ceremony, Donald Trump offered insights into Barron's interests and aspirations, revealing a budding fascination with politics. Despite his young age, Barron reportedly expressed keen observations and even offered his father advice on political matters. Trump humorously recounted Barron's occasional directives, illustrating a dynamic where father and son engage in lighthearted banter and mutual respect. Barron's future plans include considerations of attending college, with New York University emerging as a potential destination. This prospect hints at a new chapter unfolding in Barron's life, one where he may navigate the realms of academia and continue to explore his interests, perhaps even following in his father's footsteps in the political arena. A significant meeting with Elon Musk. Former President Donald Trump also orchestrated a significant meeting at Nelson Peltz's opulent Palm Beach estate, inviting his 18-year-old son Barron to join the gathering alongside prominent figures like Tesla founder Elon Musk. The meeting was a high-stakes affair, potentially shaping Trump's 2024 campaign or a second term in office. Known for his role in Tesla and SpaceX, Elon Musk discussed a potential advisory role for himself, offering counsel to Trump on various matters, including technology, science, and Space Force. Despite previous clashes, Musk and Trump found common ground in their concerns about the rise of woke culture and the need for campaign funds. The meeting also included Musk's 4-year-old son, X. Yes, that is his name, like the alphabet. They convened at Peltz's mansion, a location steeped in opulence and prestige, befitting the caliber of individuals present. Nelson Peltz, a billionaire who had supported Trump's 2020 campaign before distancing himself after the events of January 6th, hosted the meeting. Also in attendance was Diesel Peltz, Nelson's son, and a tech entrepreneur with connections to Musk. The men discussed immigration, high-tech issues, and Musk's government contracts, which encompass private space launches and projects with his aerospace company Starlink. Moreover, the meeting explored a data-driven project aimed at ensuring accurate vote counting, aligning with Trump's continued claims of election fraud in the 2020 election. The unique high school experience. Barron Trump's high school experience at Oxbridge Academy was far from ordinary. With the constant presence of Secret Service agents safeguarding his every move, his privacy was paramount. He was officially listed under the alias Jack to protect his identity, even though students and staff knew him as Barron. This, combined with Melania Trump's request to keep him off social media, created a unique and somewhat secluded environment for the former president's son. Despite the high security measures, Barron was known among his peers for his humor and social skills. A friend described him as entertaining and engaging in casual conversations. However, he was also a private individual, not one to participate in typical high school activities like football games or dances. Even if he had a girlfriend, it was kept under wraps, adding to his air of mystery. Barron's time at Oxbridge wasn't without its share of security incidents. On one occasion, a 911 call in the vicinity triggered a lockdown at the school. Secret Service agents swiftly entered Barron's classroom to ensure his safety, highlighting the constant vigilance required to protect him. This incident, along with his overall security detail, raised concerns among parents about the potential risks of having a former president's son at the school. Challenges and triumphs at Oxbridge Academy. In 2021, Barron Trump started attending Oxbridge Academy, a private prep school in West Palm Beach, Florida. During his time there, a 911 call at a local supermarket led to a school lockdown. To ensure Barron's safety, a Secret Service agent had to enter his classroom. Barron's name came up in the news when his father, Donald Trump, complained about not being allowed to attend Barron's high school graduation due to his New York hush money trial. However, the judge eventually allowed Trump to take a day off from court, and he attended the graduation with Melania. Insights into family life. Barron Trump has shared some details about what his dad, former President Donald Trump, does at home. During a dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Patrick Bet-David, Tom Ellsworth, and Vincent Oshana, Barron spoke about his father. Patrick mentioned on the PBD podcast that they laughed for an hour and a half, saying Barron entertained them with stories and humor. Vincent described Barron as witty, smart, and hilarious, noting that he has a good head on his shoulders and is smart about politics, acknowledging the constant political debates between the left and the right. Vincent shared a funny story about Barron reacting to his dad playing music during dinner. Suddenly, the music got very loud, and Vincent recalled them saying, "What the heck is that?" Barron joked, "My dad's the DJ." President was on his iPad with the lights shining on his face. Barron also mentioned that when he's in his room, the house shakes because his dad plays music so loudly. Tom talked on the podcast about how much he enjoyed Barron's honest stories about family life. He said Barron was cracking him up with his down-to-earth anecdotes about preparing for college and dealing with his dad's job changes. Tom appreciated that Barron was balanced, not snide or telling inappropriate jokes, just being a normal kid.